All right, this is KaotiK Crypto, where tyranny is defied. Apologies, it's a little dark in here, so you're probably not going to be able to see my face, but who really wants to see my face? But yeah, so kind of going to go over the markets. We're actually getting a huge bounce. Cardano is 67 cents. Wow. It's actually bounced more than last time I looked at it. I've been working long days, so apologize if I'm not doing as many uploads, but I will try to stay up to date with things. One mover is interesting, Internet Protocol, Internet Computer. And, this thing, if it goes to where it used to be at all-time highs, you're really seeing some crazy stuff. Let's do this real quick. So, yeah, I wanted to look at kind of comparison, looking at some macro strategies, and what did I do last cycle that would have worked had I not made some mistakes, and what am I going to do this cycle to kind of make up for that stuff. And the main thing is I'm not going to be margin trading as much. I don't know why. I just really thought I'd become a trader. I thought that I'd be able to do that, but I ended up losing just a couple of Bitcoin. I lost probably 10 or 20 Ethereum, maybe more. I've lost so much. I didn't want to look at it, but I definitely will say that I would not have been working a job I did not like after the last bull run had I made the right decisions. And my remedy for that is I'm only trading on low margin, less than like 5% of my portfolio. Like, I'm not going there. I have a lot more experience with trading now. I feel a little bit better. Like, I'm actually making a lot of good trades, but just do not margin trade. Not financial advice, not, but it's just be very careful. A lot of those exchanges are sketchy. They go down every year or two, either by regulation or hacks, or like, it's just super sketchy. I do use Paymex, and they've been pretty good, but like, I mean, you don't know. I used to use Binance, used to use Bybit, used to use BitMEX, used to use I mean, how many exchanges have I used that just foundered? Then you have Celsius, then you have Voyager, then you have, Binance US. I wonder if that's going to stick around, So just be careful. You got to be really on top of your toes. It's not just like putting money in a 401k and forgetting about it and then retiring 50 years later. Like, no, it's not going to work like that with crypto. You got to be on it daily or weekly at least. But yeah, like, but I want to look at some of my portfolios, and yeah, I guess that's the big thing though, is just don't margin trade and stick with your plan. My plan's been to cash out in 2025. Ben from BitBoy Crypto, Ben Armstrong, he's actually coming out with some new theories that this bull run may end in 2024, which I'm not completely against his idea with the Bitcoin bull run ending into 2024 or something like that. But I think the rest of the market would still do well. So if institutions come into the crypto markets, ETFs, the reason that Bitcoin leads is because its market cap and it's so big. But I mean, if you start looking at these other coins and they start doing things like becoming base layers to the banking system and to the internet, they could become more valuable even than Bitcoin itself. So it's, as the market matures and Bitcoin isn't as much of it's more like a gold. The other coins won't be leading or bleeding as much without Bitcoin's influence. So they would go on their own kind of tracks, right? It's just something to think about. I'm trying to extrapolate on his theory. I think he has an idea. I think he's talking about Bitcoin, though. I think the rest of the coins are going to maybe take more market share and be less affected. It really kind of depends on how the market dominance plays out this cycle. We may still have one more cycle before that happens, especially if the ETFs don't get approved, or maybe just a couple of them get approved, and then then it'll be a whole other cycle, I think, before things get more mature to that point. But if you look at gold, the gold ETF, I have that up. I think I have a couple of gold indicators here. I wanted to see if I did. Silver, we got silver. We have gold, GLD. Bear with me. thought that I had more than GLD, silver. Because the Bitcoin, the gold ETF got approved, I think, in the early 2000s, and it just went. And that could be something that happens with Bitcoin. Regardless. Now let's just take a look at this real quick. So we have a red candle. We got bought up pretty quick, but we still have 3 more days left, and it's possible that this week we come back down, right? And it's even possible that we fall. It could be end up being an ugly wick. I don't really know. I don't want to say one way or another what it's going to do, but the RSI starting to turn down, so we're losing buying pressure, right? A lot of the exuberance is probably starting to dissipate. Though, one thing that might be happening is if this becomes a giant inverse head and shoulders, and we come up to this level, and we get rejected, and we fall back down to this level, this needs to be this level is going to be important right here. And we actually never really tested it, so that's about a 32, 31, 32K. We could play down to 30K again too. And that would create a sort of an inverse head and shoulder. So shoulder, head, shoulder, and then up. Maybe. I'm just speculating, just thinking. Because we are hitting resistance right here. And we could go up to 46, 48. Possibly 50 to 52K by Christmas and New Year's. Assuming, exuberance and everyone's sentiment stays positive. Now, a lot of what drove the markets today was Jerome Powell kind of being a little bit dovish. Everyone knows they're kind of trying to call us bluff on the interest rates. Like they might, they're definitely going to stop raising them. They're probably going to start easing them early next year, mid next year for sure, depending on how the economy goes, right? Oopsie. But yeah, I wanted to do like a little sneak peek on like the portfolio like that I've kind of been working on. I really feel like it's an ironclad portfolio, but a lot of people would say you have too many coins. I actually have even more than this, but just my biggest, it's not my biggest holdings, but just the ones I'm really kind of all about. And honestly, Bitcoin and Ethereum are only heavy right now because I'm expecting hopefully to get some money from Celsius. So I'm kind of like fudging those numbers a little bit. But once I get that money back, I'm probably going to start funneling that money into projects like Cardano and Solana, Algorand, Hedera, AI, and Meta. I think AI is going to be the bigger AI and DeFi maybe, like Chainlink, real world use case. Tron's still around, Zilliqa. A lot of these are staking too. CRO token, exchange token, CRO, and Uniswap. I try to have 2 to 3 of each type of coin, category wise. So if you have Meta, have 3 of those. If you have AI, have 3 of those. Maybe 4, like 2 really good ones, 1 mid cap, and 1 really speculative. Maybe 2 speculative. Like that's why I have so many coins, because like in the next 6 months, probably we're going to have even more coins popping up. And I don't think it's going to be as many coins popping up as before because we just had basically a recession. I don't think there's been as much money really thrown at a lot of things. And I think we're going to have kind of a .com. We may have already had our .com bubble, but I think we're going to have like another big blockchain, crypto.com type event. And I think there's going to be a merging too of stocks and tech and crypto, because I think there's going to be a base layer synthetic stocks. I think that basically crypto blockchain is going to morph into the current infrastructure without most people even knowing about it. That's sort of a theory. I think it's actually already happening, and it's a good thing. Web 3.0, data preservation, integrity, it's privacy. It's all the things that are very principle American constitutionalist, basic human rights. which are being in question right now. I don't understand why. Like, didn't we form it 300 years ago? I don't know. It's being an American citizen. I don't understand why we're like questioning ourselves. Like, Jesus, rant. I'm gonna try to stay away from it. I have been like locating a few like possible gems. Harmony is a possible gem. If you take a look at Harmony, it's still here and it's starting to wake up a little bit. Its high was 30 cents. Actually, what was it? 35 cents, and it's currently at 15 cents. No, 1 cent. Okay, think about this for a second. So 35 cents, currently at 15 cents. So, or is that 15? No, it's one. That's 1 cent. Sorry, I'm having a hard time like coming to this conclusion, but it's a 20x to its all-time high, and even then, it could do better, right? And you can stake this on Crypto.com for I think 6%. So I've been steadily, building this bag. I feel pretty confident with it. I want more, honestly. Digibyte is another one. I actually didn't. I haven't put that on my list yet. And something else we want to keep an eye on, at least for the next month or so. We're probably going to have a pretty nasty correction. It may have already started with Bitcoin. But whatever coins really moved, those are the ones that are probably going to be very solid ones to keep in mind. Like, they might be the ones that outperform this cycle, like Solana, Chainlink, Cardano, even XRP. XRP was the first big mover. XRP, XDC, XLM, the ISSOs, right? But this was one. I mean, this is it. I kind of forgot about Digibyte, but it did make a higher high last cycle at 15 cents. It's currently at less than 1 cent. So this is another 20x. And it also what you want to look at is exchanges. Like, are there many exchanges that these things are on? Shit, that's not what I wanted to do. My bad. What did I do? Well, I guess I'll still tell you with the trading pairs. So it's on Binance. As long as Binance is pretty good. Bing, I don't know about that. INX, I don't know much about that. It's a little more risky. Harmony 1. Social Security. Markets. There it is. You want to look at the markets thing. That tells you where you can find these things. And that has plenty of trading pairs. It's not looking too weak. Well, an example of one. Actually, let's go back to Digibyte again. Just real quick. So yeah, you click. This is a CoinGecko that I use. I put my portfolio on there with all my different accounts, so I can keep an eye on what my ROI is, just so I can have a better accountability to myself. I also use Token Metrics, but that's a little funky. So yeah, this one has plenty. Okay, so here's an example of what you do not want. And I luckily only have very little bit of this, and it's not Aurora. It's Aurora Chain that I had. I thought I had Aurora, which sucks. Look, it's doing well, but the problem is, like, I have some stuck on an account. I can't do anything with it because there's no exchange that I could really sell it on. So here, markets. Look, 3 exchanges, and there's like very little volume. I don't even know how I'd sell it. It sucks. I mean, only like $40 of it. It's just like, come on, Jesus. So you got to watch out for that. You want a high volume. This is ranked number 2,376. So I mean, you really want to stick probably with the top 1,000 coins, top 500. That's pretty much what I do. I stick to the top few hundred. I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh, that one looks cool, like maybe 500 or 700. It just depends. Like, I did a lot of my research through YouTube. YouTubers, I'll talk about it, then I'll look it up, and I'll make sure I cross-reference it. If like I hear 3 or 4 YouTubers talk about it, then I know there's a buzz happening about it at the very least. So, but Internet Computer Protocol, like that one's kind of running, and that's kind of curious about that because it's so low. its top was at $500 or $600, $400, call it, and it's at $6. So 10x, $60, 20x, 120, 30x, to you're looking at like a 40x if it can wake up, if it can come back, and it's starting to look like it wants to. It might not go to its all-time high, but it's certainly, and it's on a lot of markets. There's something about internet computers that I think there's a serious opportunity. Also, you can look at Jim Cramer. He's like that market watch wizard guy on the Bloomberg or whatever. He named like 4 or 5 coins recently that he wouldn't have get. Like basically, you do whatever he says not to do. When he's talking about like Filecoin, Solana, Cardano, the ones he was talking about, those are the ones I'm loading up. So I just don't trust the media. You shouldn't trust the media anyway, especially these days. They're suppressing information. They're controlling it, manipulating it for some reason. Hopefully, it's for the better, but it's just weird. Everything is weird. Just don't trust anything right now. Helium, H&T. I actually have a Helium miner, but it's in the old one, and it's just really not very good. I'm getting paid out in like some other, because it's not a 5G, it's a 4G, I guess, and because of that, I'm getting like the lesser types of coins that are on that network or something. Like there were some of them, not much. Anyway, Gala Games, Beam. I don't know which would Beam. Anyway, I was just kind of ranting there. I don't know what it hit 43.3. I think. Where did it go? I'm going up to like 43.3. We're getting rejected. I could see this thing just going down. I see it coming down to at least 38. So just be wary. Take profits on some of these things. And that's something else we should look at. Let's look at Dixie real quick. Look, Dixie really, really bottomed down today. Dow hits record closing high. That makes sense. Everything else is rallying except for the Dixie, which is the US dollar. Let's see what else we got. Oopsie. Is that what I wanted to do? Did not mean to do that. Wow, the Dow did really rally. That's crazy. We're at all-time highs in my portfolio, and the Dow sucks. My stock portfolio looks ugly because I have a lot of mining stocks and crypto stuff, and those have just not been doing well at all. Man, been better off having all that in crypto. I think XRP right now is getting ready to charge up. I think XRP, XLM, XDC, they might be the next ones to start rallying up. I think we're kind of forming this kind of base thing right here, and we're gonna start heading on up, probably to God knows how high. I think it's $5 to $10 minimal. It's probably similar to Cardano. Look at Zilliqa. Zilliqa's got some promise. 25 cents. Would this thing go to $1 or $2? That would be cool. All right. Yeah, I was going to look at ICP. Already looked at it a little bit, but this thing, there's some news about it. Internet computer to hold AMA on X December 11th. We missed that. Internet first to India Blockchain Week. It released at $2,000 supposedly. This thing has got some serious potential, I think. All right, one other thing I want to. Here's also an example of one of the mining stocks that I bought. $15 down from $70, $80. Near protocol still a 10x to its all-time high. I was buying this thing down here. One of the better moves. I wish I bought more of it though. Ontology, I'm kind of wondering if it's going to break out of this downtrend ever. It's a Web3 type of thing. It just doesn't want to perform. I really want it to. Ooh, Theta. Theta's making some moves. It's 15x to its all-time high. I think that's still a great buy. Let's see. Solana is overextended. Solana and Link are pretty overextended. Like these things are not correct. By correct, they probably do like something like and then up, right? But it's gonna come back down, maybe even more aggressively, something like that. Very, very likely, very likely. Just be ready for that kind of a price action thing. So, please go away. Come on now. Why go away? Sorry. Oh well. Maybe that's how you do it. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I wanted to look at total 3. Is this total 3? This is the total crypto market cap. So we are hitting a level of resistance. And we could come back down to 1.25, 1.3 trillion. The total 3 is just breaking out. It's kind of similar though in its way. Like it already did test its base though. So it's already tested its. I think this is where I think Bitcoin dominance is going to start deteriorating, and the altcoins are going to start moving a little harder. Yeah, and we found it's the 200-week moving average. This is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are basically not altcoins anymore, or Ethereum isn't. So, I think it's just off to the races now. I think we're on support there. We also have found support here. 200-week moving average is a bull market. It's kind of support band. We've already found support on it, so we'll probably head up, fall back down, hit it again. Same to Bitcoin. So, here's the Bitcoin dominance, and we're obviously finding that's a pretty strong rejection right there. Let's see at the daily if that might look a little bit better here. Yeah, so we have a rising wedge. If we go up again, it's going to be a kind of a real quick move, and I don't think it's going to happen unless we get some big scare in the market and they go to Bitcoin for safety. Yeah. I wish I had the 3-day. It's funny. Sometimes people look at the 3-month. This might actually tell you something. Let's see. Not a lot. Yeah. Maybe the 1 month? Yeah, the 1 month could tell us something. That's a pretty nice little doji right there. Especially if this month closes, like say like a red one there, which is very possible. Anyway, and that'd be called the gravestone doji. But I think that's going to be it for me today. I just wanted to check in. But thanks for stopping by. Feel free to leave a comment below, hit subscribe, and definitely appreciate it. Peace.